Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Stelmakh. I am an e-commerce entrepreneur. Here's actually my little home office in the background, and today I'm gonna share with you my story. I started selling on Amazon in 2017, but the story actually has to go way beyond that. So in 2016, that was quite a year actually. In 2016, I landed a dream job of mine in real estate development, and I relocated from Toronto, Ontario to Kelowna, BC, the beautiful part of Canada. The job was amazing. I was pumped. It's still my favorite job I've ever had. 3 months into the job, as soon as I passed the probationary period, I purchased my first property. That was a little townhouse in Kelowna, which I rented from time to time through Airbnb. Everything was going great. Actually, later that year, on September the 3rd, we got married with my now wife. The wedding was in Ukraine, and that's actually when my e-commerce journey begins. Because while I was in Ukraine, I met some of the people I stayed in touch with, and one of them was leading quite a successful marketing agency. And I remember we were driving from Lviv to Kyiv, Ukraine, so we had that 4 to 5 hours long conversation about his marketing agency, online businesses, and all the opportunities he sees in the world. And he actually knew somebody who was selling on Amazon. And he introduced me to that guy. His name is Elliot. He used to work for Mind Valley, so he lived in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I jumped on a video call with him. So Leo was the first real person who was actually selling physical products online. And I was able to ask him any questions I had. And so that was a game changer. To this date, I'm grateful for his support as I was starting off on my own Amazon journey. Okay, so what did I do next? I took action and I started researching. I started researching products, and it took me probably close to 3-4 months only to select the very first product I wanted to launch. I remember I had a list of over 100 products that seemed interesting to me. And I narrowed it all down to top 5 products that I really liked business-wise. Yet the one I decided to launch was the only one that I could easily relate to. I was pretty much the target audience, so I knew all the pain points. I understood that customer journey well enough to confidently launch in that space. I remember even Leo saying to me that if I'm not going to launch that product, he probably will. So that was enough for me to take action and start looking for the manufacturers. I developed my own design, by the way. So my product design is authentic, it's all copyrighted, it's all done in the best possible way, and there are lots of small intricacies that I had to take care of to make sure that my design is actually the best in the world. And then my next goal was to find the best in the world manufacturer. I started with China, spent quite a lot of time, paid for all the samples. Every time you order samples, you pay something. And none of them were quite there. So I ended up actually manufacturing these products in my home country in Ukraine, and they were able to achieve the best possible quality to this day. I remember 2017, I was deep into that e-commerce project, and I was spending so much time and efforts, and obviously there's no income before you sell anything. Even after, sometimes you lose money, right? So I remember I decided to purchase a ticket to the Capitalism conference, because I didn't know anybody in my town who was doing that kind of work. I wanted to meet other people, maybe get some inspiration and stuff. So I bought this ticket with a goal to already be one of them, to be selling on Amazon by the time I'm at the conference. Ironically, the first day of the conference, December 6th, I see the first sales coming through. And man, that feels amazing. Anyone who sold online remembers the first day they actually made the sale. That feels unreal. And overall, the conference was pretty eye-opening. I got to meet a lot of interesting people. I met Moran for the first time, which I admire a lot. And lots of people that I still stay in touch with because they're on the same journey in the e-commerce world. Okay, 2018. 2018 was quite a turning point for me. I remember May 2018, I invited my wife to a Greek restaurant to celebrate me crossing the new milestone, 20K in sales revenue in a month. A week or two later, I got laid off. I lost my job. The company was going through restructuring and they asked me to leave. So I lost my main source of income. I know it doesn't sound too bad when your business is doing well, but about a week later, after I got laid off, I discovered that my product has a real issue. I started receiving 1-2-star reviews. People were emailing me every day saying that it doesn't work, they can't use the product. So I had to recall the entire inventory I had in Amazon warehouses all over the country. Everything was shipped back to a warehouse in New York. The warehouse people inspected. Basically, we had 10-15% deficiency rate. I could not sell this product. We had to dispose it. Overall, the inventory cost, shipping, inspections, everything included, I lost over $35,000 because of that situation. And $35 is like $1 million Canadian. Well, I'm just kidding, but it's a lot of money, and especially for me as an immigrant. For $35K, I can buy an apartment in Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. So that was devastating. I lost my job. I pretty much lost my business. I had no confidence at that point that my manufacturer would be able to make a good product for me. I had to apply for unemployment insurance to receive some government support. I started delivering food just to get by. Airbnb was actually pretty instrumental. It was summer, so high season. That was pretty much saving us. We rented our spare bedroom every day, and we rented the entire townhome on the weekends. That forced us to go and explore the nearby mountains, so that was nice, but that was all pretty much for the sake of making it work financially. That was a pretty devastating experience, to say the least. Sometimes I felt like the world is unfair, and why does it happen to me? And I lost faith in Ukrainians as a nation, you know? Why would they send these defective products to me? And then, with all due respect, the manufacturer didn't ever fully take responsibility for the issue. In my world, that's like the quality is fully on the manufacturer, but they didn't think so. So I had to cut the losses and write it off as education, right? After all, MBAs are much more expensive than that. So I learned a lot. So after going through some downtime and figuring out what to do, I decided to still pursue this business. I knew that you only fail if you stop trying. You only fail when you give up, and I committed to never give up. So what I did is I came back to the manufacturer. We implemented an extremely rigorous inspection process. I involved a third party to do that for me, just to ensure that nothing similar can ever happen again. So that was actually a big improvement to my business operations, which pays off big time now. And I placed the next order. I didn't have any money, so I had to go to the bank, take a personal line of credit on my name, and invest it all into the new manufacturing batch. Bank didn't know that I lost the job. I didn't tell them, but yeah, that was a risky move. But I decided I've done everything I could have, and I'll give it my best. I go all in on this business because I believe in it. And sometimes you feel like if you're not gonna take the chance, there's no better opportunity out there. Long story short, that fall was pretty amazing too. Pretty much after the Airbnb season was done, I listed that townhome for sale. I sold it on my own without realtors. And just in time, I'm receiving the Canadian passport, and we're flying to Southeast Asia with my wife, and we spent that winter in a warmer place in Southeast Asia, traveling around different countries and having a time of our lives. December, I crossed a new milestone of over $50,000 sales revenue a month. That felt pretty incredible. We continued traveling, and actually in total, in 2019, so this is already 2019, it was like 8 months in a row, pretty much traveling and living in different countries. It was Southeast Asia, Mexico, United States, working anywhere we could, coffee shops, short-term rentals. That was pretty incredible to have that location independence and being able to make money online. And 2019 was actually the year of growth. I invested a lot of my time, attention, and money into growing my mind. I went to conferences. I met a lot of people who were in the online world. I landed my first e-commerce mentor, Choy. To this day, I have weekly calls with Choy, and I'm so grateful for this amazing human being. Then I also work with Kevin Pascoe, the co-founder of Nested Naturals, a supplement company based out of here in Vancouver. Kevin then switched his focus, so he doesn't do consulting like that anymore. But at the same time, I started this little mastermind group, which is 4 people, me and 3 other guys, who are kind of around the same level as Amazon sellers. So we exchange ideas, we help each other. We have weekly calls where we report on our weekly goals, set new goals. If you don't achieve the goal, there's a fine. So it's a really well-built accountability system that benefits all of us. And it's nice to have a little bit of a tribe that you belong to, that has your back, who understands you, can support you. And I think overall this mastermind is serving us really well. So 2019 was the year of growth. As a result of me working with other people, I launched a few new products, and in December 2019 I had the best months ever. I crossed $150,000 in sales revenue in a month. Still best months sales wise to date. Now in 2020 I have 10 different SKUs in stock, so 10 different products. I have 2 more variations coming next month and 3 more in September. In the last 12 months, this business has generated $500,000 worth of sales revenue, so it's over $500,000 in sales. I have close to 900 customer reviews at this point, with an average ranking of 4.8 out of 5. All in all, it's a very well-established brand on Amazon Marketplace. It does not require as much management anymore. The systems are fairly well built. I even used to have a virtual assistant for some time who helped me build some SOPs and implement some automations. I actually now work with a different manufacturer than the one that caused the quality issue back in 2018. I have manufacturing for the other line of products in China. It's fairly well diversified. The margins are pretty healthy, and I see a clear growth year over year. All in all, in 2020, even in the middle of pandemic and this economic meltdown that we're going through, I feel pretty fortunate being where I'm at. I actually listed this business for sale just recently, so when the right buyer comes in with the right offer and the ability to scale this business even further, I'll be willing to pass it on to focus on something else. But even if I don't sell it, it's an amazing business at this point. I've gone through all the struggles to make it work, and man, Q4 is coming. Q4 is the best time of the year for retail businesses, right? And I expect this Q4 to be even better than before, and overall this year, 2020, is supposed to be the best year I've ever had. If you're watching this and you have a dream and it feels impossible to you at this point, obviously I'm not like some kind of Bill Gates or Steve Jobs kind of guy, but believe me, anything is possible as long as you're willing to pay the price. As long as you're willing to put in the work, do these extra hours, sacrifice something for your dream, eventually you'll be able to achieve it. Whew. Was it too intense or was it too boring? If you have any questions, anything in particular to talk more about, comment below. And please hit that like button, hit that bell to get notified when I post new videos. And if you haven't already, let's make it official. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.